Good evening, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time for the Sumo Summary Show. Back after a day off yesterday, things went well in our trip to Shimane-ken for the Lafcadio O'Hearn speech contest. Of the 30 students that partook, nine get a prize, and one of those nine was one of my students. So congratulations to her. And the other student that went with her did very well as well. So I'm proud of both of them. And we had a fun day out, capped off by dinner at Burger King because they don't have Burger King in my part of Japan. They had neither one of them. They're both 14. Neither one of them had ever been to a Burger King before, so it was their first time, and we had a lot of fun. And but it was a long day, and so no time for sumo. And I didn't even see the matches or anything until I woke up this morning, Monday morning, and did the highlight show for Patreon. And then I was like, oh, wow, that person won. Oh, wow, that person won. And then I looked at some of the Juryo results, and man, I want to see some of those matches. So I'm gonna have to try to look around for some of those matches. Finding Juryo highlights is harder. Here in Japan, at least, I can go to the NHK website and I think see them. I think they stay up for the entirety of the bus show, but I haven't checked that yet. All right, well, let's just jump right in. I hope you're having a good Monday. Tomorrow is a national holiday in Japan. It's the autumnal equinox day, the 23rd. So I'll be home with full coverage tomorrow if you're a Patreon member. And uh, yeah, just hopefully get some of those Juryo matches. Look at the Asanoyama match, the Mita match, etc. And of course, a full slate of top division action from day 10. And then uh, back to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then the weekend, of course, will be full coverage on the final 2 days. Okay, so as always, let's check absent information. Sorry, I just had some Dr. Pepper and it's going to make me burp, and I really don't want to do that on camera, but there you go. That's life. Okay, so nobody in the top two divisions, which is great. We were worried about Hakuoho maybe pulling out. Some of you were talking about Mita hurt his hand and he might have to pull out. Well, neither of them have announced a withdrawal yet. And I know Hakuoho, for instance, came back yesterday and fought with his arm all bandaged up and got a win. And we'll see how he did today on day 9. And Mita also is still wrestling. So, yeah, nobody really for the entire basho has pulled out except for these guys who pulled out before the basho even started. Okay, then jumping into the action, let's start down in Juryo as we usually do. Nishinoru, my new favorite guy, 5-4 now, getting another win over Miyano Kaze today, who's now got a Make Koshi losing record. Tsurugisho gets only his second win of the tournament against Kaze Keno. Shirokuma, who won yesterday against Asanoyama in a match that I still haven't seen. I want to see that match. Um, Wins again today, so improves to 5-4 by beating Kyoku Kayu, one of the rookies. Asasuryu, another rookie, getting a fifth win over Kotokuzan, who was in the one-loss group. So this is an important match here in Juryo. Juryo 8, Kotokuzan now at 7-2. Asahakiru goes up to 7-2 at Juryo 11 by beating Hatsuyama. There is the Asanoyama match. Today he fought Thomas Shoho and won. So he's now 7-2, bouncing back after a loss on day 8. Nishiki Fuji is at 7-2 by beating Kageyaki. And then Mita, the only man left with one loss, uh, won again today. He won Oshidashi against Chiyoshoma. So he got his Kachikoshi. Now, if the injury is really bad, maybe he'll pull out of the tournament now that he's got his Kachikoshi and he knows he'll stay approximately at the same rank. But if he showed up to wrestle today and can wrestle around the injury, he might as well keep going because he has a good chance of getting promoted to the top division. When you look at like, here's a Juryo 2 with a losing record, here's a Juryo 2 with a losing record, here's a Juryo 1 with a losing record. All these guys ranked above him. The other Juryo 1, Oshomi, has a winning record right now. He just beat Kaio today to go to 7-2. He's definitely going to get his Kachikoshi and get promoted. Uh, Juryo 3, Nishiki Fuji's definitely going to get his Kachikoshi and get promoted. The other Juryo 3 was Endo, who pulled out of the tournament. So really, he's only got two guys above him at Juryo 4, who's a for sure promotion. So he could easily ride into the top division, even if he just gets 9 or 10 wins. I mean, we're all thinking he's going to win the U show, but if his hand injury is really bad, then that might mitigate factors. Okay. His fellow Juryo 4 has a losing record. So he really is in the top of the Juryo right now as far as promotion hopes. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, there's one Juryo man fighting in the top division. Let's find out who that is. Go up to the top division for day 9, September the 22nd. Shishi fought Asakoru today in the first match. Couldn't get a seventh win. He goes to 6-3. Asakoru improves to 4-5. There's our Juryo man up for the day, Fujiseun at J5, and he did well. He's at 7-2. He got a win today over Sadanaumi. Ryuden is at 7-2. The M17 will easily get the 8 wins he needs to stay in the top division. I think Shishi will as well. He needs two more at M18, and I think he'll get them. Toki Hayate losing there. Meisei got just his third win by beating Nishikigi. That's a Makekoshi for him now at 1-8. He'll be going down to the Juryo division for sure. Tomokaze keeping his hopes alive, 6-3, beating Mitakeumi. Shonana Umi can't get past Roga, so they're both now 5-4. I really think this is the story of the Basho at this moment, is the performance of Shodai. It's just really come out of nowhere. If we look at Shodai, um, over the course of, the fact that he's 1, 2, 3, 4, won 6 in a row, and he's 8-1. If you just look at black versus white circles as we scroll down here, I mean, he hasn't won eight. He hasn't gotten 8 wins in a bunch of these tournaments. Look at this: 6-9, 6-9, 6-9, 4-11 when he was the Komasubi back in November of 2024. Here he went 10-5, but look at that, four and then four losses and then a bunch of wins. So that was a really lopsided basho. Here he got 6 in a row. So he would have been 6-2 then and lost and won. And he went 10-5 there, 7-8, 8-7, 4-11. So I mean, this is really an unusual Shodai that's shown up. We haven't seen a lot of that Shodai in a while. Currently 8-1, definitely in contention for the Emperor's Cup. Has another wrestler that's doing well, Takanosho, tomorrow on day 10. We'll talk more about that in a minute. His only loss is surprisingly to former Ozeki Mitakeumi, as he is a former Ozeki himself. And now, if you look at these opponents, he hasn't fought anybody ranked above, say, M10. No, I mean, Ura, I think, is an M8. But I mean, he's basically fighting guys, he's an M11. He's basically fighting guys ranked around him. They haven't brought him up yet to fight a Komas, he hasn't fought Ao Nishiki or even Takayasu or definitely one of the Sekewake. So, and they will start to do that as they go into the final weekend. If he still has only one loss, he'll have to fight harder opponents come the weekend. But it's still a great story. I hope he continues to win. Okay. So he went to 8-1, got his Kachikoshi by beating Tobizaru, 6-3 now. Churanaumi 6-3, beating Hitoshi. Ura lost to Daisho, just his third win of the tournament. Fujinokawa, it's disappointing, obviously. He had such a great tournament in July and he just can't follow it up. I think he's kind of, he was advanced in rank. He's fighting some tougher opponents and he's having a harder time this tournament. I took a chance on him, put him on my team, and he's definitely the biggest underperformer on my team right now at a 3-6 record. He lost today to Oshoma. Midori Fuji is also 3-6, but he got a win and took Takanosho out of the one-loss group. So Takanosho is slated to fight Shodai tomorrow, but Shodai has the better record right now, so he is at 7-2. Kusano is 5-4, beating Kim Bozan, so he's having a little bit better time than Fujinokawa. He could get his Kachikoshi. I doubt Fujinokawa will get his Kachikoshi this tournament. but he wants to get close, even if he can't get um, the 8 that he needs. If he can go 7 and 8 or even 6 and 9, that's a way better than say going 5 and 10. I know it doesn't sound like a big difference, but it just is. Let's see. Hirada Umi improves over Onokatsu. Ichi Yamamoto gets his third win at the expense of Gono Yama, who, after fighting both Yokozuna, still 0 and 9 now, still can't get a win. Tamawashi losing to Oho today. Tamawashi, we're going to look at him in a moment. He passed another record today, and but just not having a great tournament. 3-6 right now. Oho improves to 5-4. Then we get to our top rankers. Komusubi Aonishiki improves to 7-2 by beating Abi. Abi just had no answer. I don't know what's up with Abi. He's just not fighting well at all. 0-9. It's just horrendously bad. I said that I think if he loses again tomorrow, he'll pull out of the tournament before day 15. But maybe not. Maybe he's gonna try his best to get 2 or 3 wins to to buffer his fall down the Banzuke in November. But I don't even know if it's worth it. He's gonna definitely, plummet down from Maegashira 1 with 0 wins so far. Hakuoho uh, fought Takayasu. Takayasu is another guy, 2-7 record now at Komusubi after he had such a great July tournament. It's really sad to see. But Hakuoho, despite the injury, doing well now at 6-3. Kirishima, 5-4, beating the other. Excuse me, sorry guys. Jason, maybe don't drink the Dr. Pepper when you're about to film the video, is what some of you were saying. And I agree with you, darn it. Why did I do that? Um, Kirishima versus Wakataka Kage. What does this say for Wakataka Kage's chances? He's now got his fourth loss. It would basically mean he has to win every match between now and day 15, and that's going to include Kotozakura, Onosato, and Hoshoru. Those are three of his final 6 days of tournaments, 6 days of matches opponents, and it seems very unlikely that he'll get his 11 wins. I floated a scenario in the video today where he could get 10-5 record and maybe still get promoted, and I do believe that if he had good quality wins at the end, like he beat both Yokozuna, for instance, but he lost to, I don't know. They're not even giving him anybody high profile tomorrow. Let's see. Come on, Wakata Kage. Yeah, he's got Hirada Umi tomorrow. So let's say he loses to Hirada Umi tomorrow and goes to 5-5, but then wins his last 5 in a row. That momentum of 5 in a row, including beating both Yokozuna, I think would cement his promotion, even if he's one shy of the 33. But it would take something like that at this point. Or, I mean, he wins the last 6 in a row, of course, and gets his 11 to get him the promotion. So Sekewaki Kirishima finally gets a win after 4 losses in a row. He gets another win to go to 5-4. Both of these guys, I think, will get their Kachikoshi, but obviously Wakataka Kage had much higher aspirations. Kotozakura got a win to go to 6-3 over Itami Fuji. Uh, and it was a really nice move. Katasukashi win, what's that, like an under shoulder swing down or something like that. Really nice Kimarite there from the Ozeki. Hoshoru, not any real problems with Koto Shoho. It was a spirited match though, and well, I wouldn't say it wasn't any problem. He could have lost. There was a moment where Koto Shoho should maybe have won that match, and he just couldn't pull it off. And it's kind of disappointing because it would have been a huge, upset, payday, Kimboshi, all those things if he had been able to do it. And there's a little sprinkling of luck involved in any good championship run. And I mean, Hoshoru got a little bit of that today because there was a moment where he could have probably lost that match to Koto Shoho, but he persevered and got the win. And then Onosato, again, he got turned around at one point and Wakamoto Haru could have maybe pushed him out, but he spun around. He's really agile for a really big guy, Onosato, and he spun around and got himself back in the match and forced Wakamoto Haru out. And yeah, I mean, it just shows you, there's reasons why you're Yokozuna. And he improves to 8-1, and Wakamoto Haru now 6-3. So both of those matches definitely worth watching. They're of course over on my Patreon page. Why don't we go over there really quick and we'll look and see the collections. And we'll click. So, yep, for $1 a month, here's I started the day with both Komusubi matches in one video. Then the Sekewake Clash, Kotozakura's match, Hoshoru's match, and Onosato's match. And I started the day by putting up highlights for day 8 because I was gone. And I recently discovered over on Patreon that whatever restriction was on my channel to not be able to upload videos longer than 10 minutes is now gone. Perhaps because I've been on the channel now for over a year, whatever. So this is an 11-minute video and this is a 13-minute video. So I can easily do, okay, this is all the first half, this is all the second half, etc. I don't have to worry about going over 10 minutes. Like this video ended up being 10 minutes 39 seconds. And that would have plagued me, when I first started because uh, things were getting refused if they went over 10. But now I can do that. So that's good. It's just I don't have to worry so much. I'm still not going to film a lot of long videos because I think 2 matches in a video is good. There's not many days where I'll need to put up maybe 3. I think, doing 2 and 2 and 2, is a good way to do it sometimes. But there you go. Lots of good coverage over on the Patreon page. Okay, so that was day 9, and in the standings, the link is down in the description for this if you want to check out and see where you are. We have 3 people tied for first place rather. Mr. Fishy with fish eyes, Brother Bede, and Brutus. So they all have 41 points, and they've all got Onosato and Aonishiki and Shodai. They share those 3 wrestlers, and then they have a few differences sprinkled in, and different tiebreak numbers. So that's kind of fun. And 41, quite impressive. 4 people tied for second. Kobe. There's no crying in sumo. Choji and Eric all with 40. And we start to see the Hoshorus pop in because he obviously has a better number than Onosato. So that's helping their team. Then you get 4 people tied for third. Darren, Vegan, Rami Panda, and Norseman. Who do they have that's maybe not pulling their weight? Because they were all, 2 of them have, they all have Kirishima or Wakataka Kage. Okay. I was going to say they were in the lead. I remember seeing them up near first or second place, but I guess you now need to have Ao Nishiki with the 2-win buffer over the 2 Sekewake. And then if you go down, I'm not too far down. Look at that. Boom, I'm already there. I'm tied with the 7th place people. So 54 of you are above me right now. My team's doing okay. And again, I mentioned, my the albatross at the moment is Fujinokawa. I hate to pressure the guy, but can you get some wins, please? Everybody else has more than 5 wins and doing pretty good. And I picked as my tiebreaker 9. 9 guys would get 10 wins or more, so we'll see if I'm right. Okay, so check out where you are. It goes all the way down, 600 plus of you, so you can see where you are. Should we go down to the bottom of the list? Let's highlight the person at the bottom of the list. All right, keep going, keep going. Here we go. Oh, okay, Cat. Oh no, Cat. All alone in 22nd place. Who do you have? You have Onosato. Ah, you picked Takayasu. That's a good pick. That's a sentimental pick. I get it. Atami Fuji, Ichi Yamamoto, Daisho. Believe me, a lot of people went with Daisho in this category, thinking, oh, the Sekewake or former Sekewake is going to clean up down there, and he's obviously disappointed. And then you've got Nishikigi on your team, who's only got 1 win. You don't have either of the 0 people like Gonoyama or Abi. But yeah, 19 points total for you. And yep, some of the other people down there. unfortunately not doing as well. So 19, and my team has 35. That's a big difference. And then first place has 41. So 6 points above me. All right. So that's the standings page. Let's head back over and see what's going to be happening on day 10. Here are our leaders. So 9 and 0, Hoshoru, and now we're down to only two guys with one loss. The other Yokozuna, which is how it should be, and a former Ozeki, now at M11, Shodai. So exciting stuff as we whittle down the leaderboard. Then down in Juryo, Mita all alone, the only one loss Rikishi left, and then a bunch of guys at 7 and 2. Oshomi, Nishiki Fuji, Fuji Seiyun, Kotokuzan, Asahakuru, and Asanoyama. So all of them very much in the hunt for the Juryo Division Championship. Down in Makushita, I know that I think Enho got a win today. Let me just jump as I always do this weird way of finding Enho. I go this way, and then I go this way, and I go here. All right. So he is, yeah, he's now 3 and 2. So he's got a winning record, as it were. He's got two more matches to go. He's got to win just one of those two to go to 4 wins. That's a Kachikoshi in Makushita. If he can win both, that'd be even better. But as long as he can win one, he'll go up the Banzuke in November to a higher Makushita number, and that'll be good. Maybe make his way back up to Juryo, which is, I think, what he's trying to do, so he can retire as a Sekitori, and we'll keep an eye on him. The other person I was looking at, if you go to Find Rikishi, just as kind of a fun thing, you can do this. Place of birth is something they allow you to do, which is all the different prefectures and then all the different countries that have had sumo wrestlers. So obviously Mongolia has a ton, and you just have to change this from a division if you don't know the division to all. And it will give you all the Mongolians that are currently fighting, and one of them is Tenrose. So Tenrose, I was reminded of about, I can't remember why he came up, but he is the other nephew of Asashoru, who's currently fighting in professional sumo. He is the cousin of Hoshoru, and he's a young guy. He's September is his birthday. Okay, so he just turned 19, I think. So he's a really young guy. Um, and he is down in Makushita, but at 57, so pretty low Makushita. But he's at 2 and 2 right now. So he has a match on day 10. If he can go to 3 and 2, and so, but he's done well in his previous match. He started at the bottom, got a 5 and 2, jumped up into the fifth tier division, got a 7 and 0, jumped up to the fourth tier division, got a 6 and 1, and they've just been promoting him right up the bonds kit. I mean, right up the division. So now he's in the third tier division, and that'll take him a little bit longer, but he could be in Juryo next year, and that's a name just to keep a little bit of an eye on. So he's only fought 25 times in his career, and he's got 20 wins. So that's great. And he is in Shikoroyama stable. Homasho stable. Okay, with Abi is his senpai, and there you go. So he an up and comer, maybe to keep your name awareness of. All right, so let's look ahead to day 10. Tomorrow, Tuesday, like I said, national holiday here. Very full coverage. Asahakuru at 7 and 2 starts off the Juryo matches against Shiden, Asasuryu against Hakuyozan. There's my guy Nishinoru against the White Bear Shirokuma. Then about 5 matches in, we get Asanoyama versus Hatsuyama. That'll go up on the channel. Kotokuzan against Kaze Keno. Mita is kind of here in the middle against Tohakiru. Nishiki Fuji against Fuji Seiyun, 7 and 2 versus 7 and 2. And yep, that's about it. The final few matches aren't that important. So some good matches. I'll definitely have Asanoyama and Mita for you on the channel on Patreon tomorrow, so look out for those. Jumping to the top division, Shishi starts us off against the Juryo one man, Oshomi, who is at 7-2. So he definitely wants to get this win over Shishi if he can. Tobizaru against Niskigi. Ryuden takes on Meisei. Fujinokawa against Sadanumi. Both guys are 3-6. Ura versus Roga. Takanosho, as we mentioned, versus Shodai. We talked about that one, 8-1 versus 7-2. Uh, Kusano against Daisho. Yeah. Tamawashi against the winless Abi. Takayasu has winless Gonoyama. Then we get to our top ranked guys. Komusubi Aonishiki has Hakuoho. Should be a fun match. Wakataka Kage against Hirada Umi. Kirishima against the Ozeki Koto Zakura. Then Onosato has Koto Shoho. So he has back-to-back Yokozuna as opponents. And Hoshoru has Wakamoto Haru, who also has back-to-back Yokozuna as his opponents. So, yep, some good matches there for day 10, and I'm kind of excited for the Juryo. Uh, who's going to win the Juryo division as we get toward the end here? But I hope I'll find out more tomorrow. I hope Mita's hand isn't a real issue. Okay. Anything else? Nope. I think that'll. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you real quick. Let me go to Wikipedia, and I wanted to just look at list of sumo record holders. Okay, so this is the record that Tamawashi advanced on, and that's most top division bouts. Yes. So this is the list most top division matches bouts. So he started the basho at 1,422, and obviously each day he wrestles, he adds. So today was day 9. 22 plus 9 is 31. So he passed Takamiyama, who he was tied with yesterday. He passed him to go all alone to number 3 on this list when they updated at the end of the basho. And he's now just behind Kaio, the former Ozeki, and longtime Sekewake and Mongolian godfather Kyokutenho at 1470. So he will nestle behind Kaio at the end of this basho, and then in November in Fukuoka, he'll pass Kaio to go to number 2 all time because he'll finish at around 36, right? And then 50. Yeah, he won't pass Kyoku Tenho if I'm doing my math in my head okay until March of 2026. And then he'll be all alone at number 1 there. But yep, just inching his way up further and further. And over here, he's also about to pass Kaio um, in most career bouts. I think when they update that, he'll be number 5 all alone at the end of this tournament. And then he's got a ways to go before he gets up to Terao and Amanishiki and some of the guys on this list. He's already got most consecutive career bouts. He's number 3 over here on most consecutive top division bouts. It's just amazing. The guy is 40 and he's wrestling like he's 27 or something, just still doing well. Even when he loses, and he doesn't have a great record. What is he, 3 and something? He's 3-6. But his match today, he put up a good match. Who did he fight today again? Let me see really quick. Tamawashi. Yeah, he fought Oho. This was a good match. And he just overextended himself, but yeah, I mean, I just am such in awe of him and what he's accomplished. I love talking about Tamawashi. Okay, bum bum bum. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, really full coverage. And the other big thing they're doing tomorrow, if you're still watching, tell me your favorite brand of cola in the comments. because you deserve for me to know that you're a stalwart fan and you've watched all the way to the end. Um, is they're going to show all these like flashback matches that people got to vote in Japan. What's your favorite sumo moment? You know, when it was this was, like one of mine is when Hanamafuji pulled off a Zensho Yusho to get promoted to Yokozuna. And I don't remember the exact date in basho. I mean, I could look those things up, but you remember certain moments. Um, and Hakuho winning his final championship, and the fist thing that he did after he beat Terunofuji and he pulled off a Zensho Yusho. Um, and just it was a great cap on it on a fantastic career. Anyway, things like that, and of course, these will be memories that go back way before I started watching sumo. There'll be a lot of Chiyono Fuji and other great Yokozuna of the past. So they're gonna sprinkle these in, I think, as we go all through the broadcast. And I'm gonna tape the whole thing, but I'll be watching live. And then what I think I'll do is I'll go back in and just, either scan with my DVR and just pull out the vintage clips and maybe make one video out of all the vintage clips. So that'll be up on Patreon at some point. If I have time to do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. But if not, I'll just save it and work on it when I can or put it together. So, yeah, it sounds like fun. I'm really looking forward to watching the broadcast tomorrow from start to finish, and seeing all that great sumo action from the past. Okay, so I'll let you know what like if they rank them. I don't know if they're ranking them like what the number one was. Is that correct English? Anyway, what was number one? But if maybe they're just gonna, well, I guess there'd be a top vote getter maybe, unless it's just sort of anecdotal and they're like, oh, this person said this and we agree and here it is or something. I don't know. They've kind of been doing that already. Like each day they've been showing one or two clips as like an advertisement to, hey, we're going to do this thing because it's a national holiday and they know more people will be watching sumo on a Tuesday than would normally ever watch sumo on a Tuesday. So they're kind of making this special thing and it's kind of nice. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. Okay, take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow night for sumo show number 10 and let's hope we have some good sumo tomorrow. Peace.